That's a nice little song to whistle along to.
It is, isn't it?
I was like a mad muppet there, whistling away.
He was dancing and everything.
Yeah, the old head was wobbling.
It was good.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm all right, buddy. How have you been?
Very, apart from a terrible bad back, which I've had for several weeks now, and this chair isn't helping, as we were just discussing before we went live. I'm good. I'm very, very good. I'm hoping to spend the day at the bench today because Marion's gone out to see her cousin, and she's coming back with my new new mobile phone.
Ooh,
because this one is on its last legs.
Too much fun.
Too much. What's it called? Pornhub or something?
Yeah. Sorry, Jakey, if you're watching.
Jakey, don't get me started on him. He's discovered 2 broke girls. Yeah. I bet that's him now messaging me.
Oh, he is.
Anyway, what are you working on today, Mikey?
I'm going to be working on the actual bust of the bust.
Oh, you're working on the late Queen Elizabeth's bust?
Yes, which feels very weird.
No pun intended, but there was no other way of putting it.
Yeah, because I finished the hat and head now, which is actually looking pretty cool. If I switch cameras, I can show you.
Excelente. And we wait in bated breath.
And we zoom in.
There he goes with his cutting mat of many stickers.
I need to straighten it up, like.
Yeah. Look at that one in the middle there. That's the one. Oh, you've done a good job there. That looks really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Kudos to you there, because I always struggle with figure. I like figure painting, but I always struggle with it.
Yeah. Well, that's why we practice.
Well, this is what Mr. Childs always says to me. The more you practice, the better you get at it.
Exactly. And what about you? What are you working on?
Well, talking of practicing, after my my run-in with the ICM Mark 9 Spitfire for the beer barrel build, I'm having another go at a Mark 9 ICM Spitfire, and there you go. I've got the engine in this morning.
Have you test fitted it with the sides, with the cowling this time?
Well, you see, the cowling's going to be off because I'm doing it in a diorama where it's being worked on.
Well, that's just cheating.
No, it's you say to me you don't do enough dioramas. You need to do more dioramas. So I'm doing one. I'm going to do one. Yeah.
How good does that one look?
Yes, look at that.
Do you know what? It's only £1.50.
£1.50, and you get 2.
Yes, I did. And I got the company that makes Red Bull.
Yeah, I got given that.
Ooh,
and I got given that at Telford as well.
Yeah,
but I haven't found anywhere to stick them yet for now.
Well, you could always make a sticker board.
I could make a sticker board actually, because I don't see the point of. I'm not having a pop here. Putting them on the cutting mat, because when you change the cutting mat, they're gone.
That's why you put the cutting mat on the wall.
Well, you could, but have you seen my cutting mat?
Yeah, but it'll be covered in stickers.
Well, there is that. It's got one sticker on it.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I've got mine, and it's hardly got any marks on it. I use it as a mouse mat. Because it's only little, and I've got a big A2 one anyway. I use my Models for Heroes one as a mouse mat, so it doesn't get dirty.
Yes, I used I had a Friends of Models for Heroes mouse mat, but I took it to Telford as part of the Models for Heroes table, Friends of Models for Heroes table.
Yes.
And someone else took all the table documentation back, so I've lost my mouse mat, which wasn't mine really. It was one we used last year, so
yeah,
got another mouse mat. Anyway, we drivel on.
Yes. Should we get on with the comments, old boy?
What a good idea. We are modelingless at the moment, so let chaos reign.
So please bear with us because we are two incompetent fools.
Yeah, he's the fool and I'm just incompetent.
Thanks, buddy. I don't know which is worse. Duke says, hello, it is Le Duke. Premier commentaire, premier de com.
Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once.
Oui. Carl says, good morning, all. Oh, sorry, go on.
I said, you should have gone before we started.
Oh.
You said oui.
Yes. Carl said, good morning, all. Good morning, Carl.
Morning, Carl.
I said, morning, eager beavers, because Duke posted his comment at 5:55 this morning. Is in third comment as Mikey is the host is for moi. I thought I can accept that. Ian says, looks at calendar, it's not Bastille Day. Groundhog Day is past 2. Bonjour le Duc, good morning, pissing Bezidor. Junior says, morning all, 5th comment. Ian says, Duke, hi Duke, Carl, Mikey, and Hagrid. Hi Julian. Ian, aka Constable Crabtree. Ian, thumbs up. Ian, Julian, was that his name? Yeah. Brain going numb. Julian, yes, Ian. British agent dropped in France who thought he could speak the language. He was considerably wrong. Rick's Kits is in. Morning, all. Good morning, Rick.
Morning, Rick.
Mr. Marley's back in. Hello. He just can't stay away, can he?
He can't stay away, can he, hey?
Yeah, he might as well just come on the stream. Dieter says, greetings, my fellow plasticons and styrenobots. Hello, buddy.
Members of the Styreniverse.
Yes. Or the Beardiverse.
The Beardiverse. Well, no, mind you, I need a shave, actually, so I could be a member of the Beardiverse today.
I reckon you should. I want to see what you look like with a beard.
No, Marion will not entertain that.
I think you'd look like Father Christmas.
I will not entertain that then.
AD says, hello, chaps.
Hey, AD.
Hello, he's getting very posh, isn't he?
He is.
Now that he's all educated.
Yeah, he's the new look Adrian.
Dom says, morning. Morning,
Dom.
Jim says, Guten Freitag.
Guten Freitag, mein Herr.
Yeah. Scaly says, morning, gents and chat. Morning, Mike.
Morning, Scaly.
Yeah, his name's Mike. I'm not saying morning to myself. I call myself Mikey, I think. I don't know. I don't often refer to myself in the third person. But Scott says, good day, all you all. Very warm here. Or very warm here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure he means warm, but it could be giant worm. It is Australia.
It could be the same issue I have with fingers and keyboards.
Yeah.
Even worse on phones.
Yes. They're a nightmare. I actually prefer the old Nokias because you can actually feel the buttons and when you're on the right place.
Yes.
Jim, hello to you, Mr. Marley.
Mr. Malay.
Dieter. Dieter says, howdy twins, Ricks, Ian, Julian, AD, Dominic, Duke, Jim, Scaly, and Scott.
Mary Ellen.
Did you hear have you watched the video of Dieter singing that he put in the Discord last night?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Mate, you want to watch it. It's like being sung your own personal lullaby.
All right. Okay.
It is his voice is lovely.
I might have to give that a go later on then.
It's the sort of thing where if you wanted to relax on an evening at your desk, you could just sit back, listen to him singing, and you would just feel completely relaxed and content.
Very nice. I will.
Jim's. Sorry, go on.
So I will have a listen to it later on.
Yeah, everyone should listen to it, I think. In fact, I think he should do some more songs. They're lovely. Jim says, "Hey there, Dieter." And Dieter says, "And everyone I missed in my run between the feed and work." Ian says, "Good morning, Gary."
Good morning. How are you today?
Mahali says, "In cricket, Harshit Rana's bowling to the Aussies right now in Adelaide. I don't know, his gait looks mighty fine to me." What?
Easy, Tiger.
I think John's on the turn. Phil says, "Good morning, everyone." Good morning, Phil.
Morning, Phil.
Dieter, Lilibet is really coming along nicely. Thank you, buddy.
Yes. Lilibet.
Jim, keep us updated, Marley. The cricket action is gripping me. It's gripping Marley as well, apparently. Or he'll be gripping it. Dieter says, "And hello, Sir Phil." Jim says, "Good morning, Ian." Good morning, our gracious host. Morning, Jim.
Morning, Jim.
Ian, I was going to start a Corsair or Mustang, but cockpits yawn. So I'm cracking open this little special Revel Porsche 934 Martini. Nice.
Cockpits become easier with AK marker pens.
They do.
Which I shall prove later on in the stream because I'm about to move on to the cockpit of this.
There we go.
All of this so far, all of this has been done with AK marker pens.
Yeah. Jim says, "If your cutting mat isn't messed up and with cut marks and paint spills, you aren't modelling enough. Or you're wiping up after yourself and not living like a swamp donkey."
Swamp donkey. I loves living like a swamp donkey.
The only marks on mine are from stuff like where super glue took the colour out of it and stuff.
Yes, but you model with some finesse. I model with my eyes shut and two hands that work independently of each other.
You don't so much brush paint, you just sort of tip the bottle and just squeeze it out.
I do think sometimes it would be easy just to dip the part in the bottle. And
what you could do is just stick your finger in the bottle and just rub it on the model.
Finger painting. Oh, back to my childhood.
Yeah. He says, "A very good morning, super fan Jim." He is a super fan, isn't he? Bless him. Tiffany says, "Morning. I shall be with you soon. Just waiting on a call. No problem.
Don't worry. We'll deduct
it from your
hobnob. Deduct your hobnob. Yeah."
Julie says, "Good morning, Mikey and Chair Farts 1."
Gosh,
I like
there you go.
That's what we need to change your name to now.
The chairs possibly days are numbered. So
yeah.
Wait till Christmas is out of the way.
The thing is, you know that you could just give it to Marion to use at a desk or something like that, and it'll be fine because she's so much lighter than you.
Oh yeah.
That's what happened with me and Kay, because Kay's so much lighter than me. She had my old desk chair, and she's fine on it.
Yeah.
Jim says, "We miss you already, Modmin."
Yes.
And Dieter says, "Laugh out loud with the LOL puns." John says, "Aluminium extends on frame forward, Gary, mate." Basically, what he's saying is you've done a shit job.
Yeah. What bit have I done wrong, John? Tell me. Are you talking about
frame?
These?
Aluminium extends on the frame forwards.
Yeah.
So the whole frame. I don't know. Maybe.
Have I painted it wrong? What did it tell me to do? Oh, you absolute... Oh, no. No, it can't be that bit.
Yeah. Dieter says, "Agent Crabtree, played by Arthur Bostrom. I met him last October." Cool.
Yes.
Timmy is in. He says, "Oi, oi,
Timmy!
You sound like you've been stabbed.
So,
Like
no
you've been
wonder.
stabbed in the neck. You're gargling Timmy. Oh, that sounds even worse. I feel like
Oh,
Gary's been stabbed in the neck. He's gargling Timmy.
it's those
I'm so
ears.
sorry, audience.
See what happens when we haven't got a modmin.
I know, right? Oh, Jesus wept.
Julian says, Mikey, Gary, you're no more incompetent than usual. Oh,
Except for apparently now Gary's gargling Timmy.
yeah, all right. God, blimey.
Oh, dear me. All right, where are we? There you go.
Oh, my
Ian
goodness.
says, yes, happy Friday, Tim. Scott says, we do have big worms here too. Tish says, nope, it's not in Northeast that have the worms here, the lambton worm.
Okay.
I thought they just had worms. Jim says, good evening to those in Australia. Dieter says, link in Discord is still available for 2 more days. It is.
Okay, I'll be listening to it this afternoon, sir.
I have downloaded it. Julian says, good evening, twins. Columbus is in, and it says, evening all. Hello, Callum.
Of Columbus.
How many tinnies in are you today? Well, tonight, shall we say, in your time. Julian says, hi, Tiff. Julian says, hi, Columbus. Carl, I'm back. Hello, all. Hope you're all well. Hello, Carl.
We are. The rash is clearing up. I woke up this morning. That was a positive start to the day.
Well, yes, it is for you. You are getting to that age,
it is when my wife informed me of how many tablets I hadn't taken this week that I should have taken.
Yeah, I did that the other day. I realised at like 11 o'clock at night that I hadn't taken any of my blood pressure or diabetes meds.
I had taken Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. I'm still here.
Jim says, hello, Carl. Dieter says, as for the singing part, I will be happy to entertain, but I cannot promise it will be as good as my interpretation of Queen's 39 song. Well, I enjoyed it, mate. Skell Modeling says, oof, Martini Porsches always look wonderful.
Yeah. Never mind that, Mr. Marley. What bit have I done wrong?
Deed says, Gary, you are so right. I use the real colour pens too, and they're fantastic stuff. I even use them on Icebreaker as not to mess up the paintwork too much.
I think I was converted from the moment I got the little 3-pack of dark aluminium and olive drab and that, and then went to Telford. I bought the full set. I really do hope that the rumours I'm hearing coming out of AK that they're bringing out a second set for more miniatures and fantasy colours and things like that is true, because that's an absolute game changer. I mean, they still don't you wouldn't do a whole model in one, although some people have. But they're brilliant for detailed work. Absolutely brilliant.
Jim says, we shall call you Posh Mikey, what with your fancy and clean cutting mat. Very good, Jim. Dieter says, they're not meant for large surfaces, but for the Arctica, they're most plenty.
Yeah.
They're pretty good for touching bits up where you've rubbed it off, the paint off and things as well.
And also they colour match with the real colour paint.
Yeah. Because
they're real colour markers. Ba-dum.
Yeah. Scott says, hey, Carl, did you get my special crumb cake yesterday? Oh, that sounds even worse. Dieter says, Jim, if Mikey's posh, then does that make Gary Scary Spice?
Old Spice.
Tim's blushing.
I'm not surprised, Tim. I was embarrassed as well.
However, he does say you've earned the like tonight. Thing is, though, Tim, is he a good girl or a bad girl? Athol says, morning, folks across the globe. Good morning, Athol.
Morning, Athol.
Julian, it's all gone horribly wrong. No change there, then. No, not at all. Jim says, sounds good to me. Scaly, morning, Athol. Morning from the budget modeler, PMG Mikey. All right, buddy. 2 seconds. I've got it. Yep. I'll be putting the link up in a second, buddy. Evening, says Julian. Jim says hello and good morning, Steph. Julian says hi, Athol. Julian, Chair Farts is off his meds. That explains a lot. I think you've earned a new nickname now.
Chair Farts 1.
Yeah. Athol says, morning, Mike. Good morning, Athol. Julian, morning, Athol. Scaly, morning, Steph. Julian, morning, Budgie. Oops, budget. Ooh, steady. Dieter says, Gary, scary old spice mate. I'll have you know he wears dupe. Jim says, Athol, greetings to you. FYI, I don't actually know what aftershave Gary wears. For anyone says that. Carl.
Group 33.
Sorry?
Group 33.
Ah.
No, it's not.
I don't know what mine is.
No, I don't know what mine is. I use a balm.
I don't need to use an aftershave balm.
It is a balm.
A balm? You rub your face against the cow's planks, dear. Carl says, no, Scott, got a Brave Boy sticker and a mince pie. And Dominic says, I'm going to take a shower. I'll be back in an hour. That rhymes. Gary.
What?
Don't sing.
It was your theme tune.
I know, but you know what YouTube's like. YouTube gods, we salute you. Right, I shall put the link in the chat for you, Steph. And anyone else wants to come up? Let's see if we can get some new people up on the panel. Jim says, I'm going to... Ooh, mince pie. Now I'm craving one. Will be perfect with my coffee.
Mince pie.
Ooh, where are we going? Let's go.
Mince pie will be perfect for my diabetes.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, Gary.
Ooh, how are you? You had your haircut, Steph?
Yes, and my ears lowered.
You're very quiet.
Am I? Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Let me just check which mic it's on.
Well, that could be
me. On that one. Settings. Audio. Yeah, it's on the Brio.
Weird. Drew says, Gary wears Duke. That's an image I didn't need, Mikey. Oh, dear. He's wearing Duke and gargling Tim.
Honestly.
What are you working on today, Steph?
I am making my ladders. Remaking the ladders for the...
it's not going to work.
Hobgoblin Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
They're in styrene, so...
Oh, cool.
I didn't like them, so I'm using coffee stirrers and those, what are they called?
Cocktail sticks.
That's it.
Cocktail sticks.
God, my brain. So yeah, I'm just chopping everything up.
I need to switch this around because we've got the comments covering half of the people on it, or third. Right. 2 seconds. I'm going to switch this around a little bit. See that. Two secs, Jim. I will be with you shortly. Oh, it's too high. There.
Don't call him shortly.
Yeah.
So how are you, Gary?
Sorry, Jim. I didn't mean to call you shortly.
How are you? I'm good.
Jim's laughing in the back.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
You
Bring
can
Jim
cover
in.
me with the comments. All right. Okay. Now I know what's going on.
You know what's going on? You're the only one here that does.
There you go, buddy.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Jim.
Morning, Jim.
Steph. We call them toothpicks here in America, cocktail sticks.
Yep.
But they work just the same. I use them all the time.
Yep.
What are you making with the cutting them up? What's that for?
I'm remaking a ladder.
Okay.
Make a ladder out of styrene.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, it looks all right, but I just don't like it.
Okay.
So I'm remaking it completely out of wood.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's cocktail sticks and coffee stirrers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good stuff. Those are items I need to get in quantity. Well, the toothpicks I got a million of, but the popsicle sticks I need to order a bag or two from Amazon and get one of those cutters you have too. That is a useful tool. I keep forgetting. See, when I see you working on a bench, it's like, okay, there's a good tool I need to buy. I don't need another model kit. I don't need another bottle of paint. I need one of those.
Yeah, that's one of the things. When I'm watching other people's videos, the first thing I look at, like, what tools have they got on their bench?
Right.
That's
Yep.
my first port of call, and it's like, oh, yes, I like that. That's something I need, and I'd rather than spending my money on. I'm going to be hammered for this. Rather than spending my money on things like the AK's paint things,
The pens.
the pens, I would rather spend my money on really good tools like that.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
proper side cutter.
Yep.
One side's flat and the other side is extremely sharp.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
cuts flush.
Yeah, I've got a Tamiya pair of that I bought years ago, and I think it's time for me to replace it.
Yeah.
I could still keep it around, but I think the sharpness aspect of it is dimmed a little bit over the years, and so a new pair would be helpful.
Yeah. So I would rather spend my money on some new tools
Yeah.
than I know I'm going to get hammered for a gimmick, because that's all they are. They're just a gimmick. Yeah. And
Well, to a certain extent, perhaps, but as Gary's illustrating with his Spitfire, which, by the way, Gary, I'm very impressed with the way that looks. I really am.
Thank you.
He did that with pens. That's very good. But I hear you, Steph. I mean, there's Posca pens. Aren't those out there already? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
thing is,
I've heard those are good. I've heard those are good too.
Yeah, you can get these, which are refillable brushes. I use these for Microsol and Microset.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
you use that marker to apply it to the surface with the liquid inside that the dispenser part?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
but you can use these with paint. You've got the paints on your
Right,
rack.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Buy a couple of those. They're about 50p, a pound each, something stupid like that. Get some of those. Pop your paint in them when you need it.
Well, you learn something new every day. I'll tell you that for sure. That's very very resourceful.
But then being a skin flint and a tight git.
Well, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, when it's for, and you're going to be a Scrooge about it. Yeah, that might be something that opens up to a little ridicule. But when you're trying to be resourceful and prudent with it, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I could go out and spend a lot of money on a lot of stuff that, you know, I could use, but it would cost me a lot more money than if I was to look around my house and see if I could find something similar to it.
Yeah.
Right here in my own home.
Yeah, the money I save, I spend on models, which is what I love.
Yeah. Yeah, I recently joined the Tamiya airbrush cleaner / liquid glue club per suggestion I heard from someone, and I bought a 250 milliliter container of Tamiya airbrush cleaner for $10.50, and that I filled in my bottle of Tamiya extra thin liquid glue, which is a 40 milliliter bottle, which would go for about half the cost of that 250 milliliter container.
Yep.
So it works, and I'm happy with it. So
it's only 40 mil.
Exactly. Yeah. Those little square bottles that they sell. So.
Yeah. Or you could go even cheaper and buy yourself a liter of acetone and a liter of N-butyl acetate and have 2 liters of Tamiya extra thin glue for 20 quid.
Yeah. That's the recipe you've got, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you mentioned that once before. Okay, Mikey, I'll shut up. I just noticed
it's all right, mate. We're
growing longer and longer in length, and here I am yapping away. I'm sorry.
Be careful, Jim. He hasn't got John here to pick on this week.
No. That's fine. I just love chatting with people, and Steph, I love to pick his brain about what he does in his workshop, because there's all kinds of stuff that I could learn from him. So
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
No apologies necessary.
Yeah.
We all learn from everybody else.
Exactly. Bingo.
That's
there you
the
go.
thing. Be different people, look at things differently, and bring different things to the table. And what makes a
Exactly.
good modeler is somebody who is open to those ideas, who is not rigidly set in idea. I can't do that. I've never done that before, so I'm not doing it. No.
Yeah.
Be open to things.
Yeah. Well, Mikey's got me thinking about getting a large scale figure like what he's working on, because what he's doing and what he said yesterday, that he's not worked on it, but he's trying it anyway to give it a try. So that's the spirit.
He's inspired me to do that as well. My child and us, we are heavily into an anime. It's animating. No, it's League of Legends Arcane.
Yeah.
A show on Netflix. Jinx, V, Victor, and Jace are the favourite characters. So I've downloaded the STL files and I'm just printing them off at the moment. I'm going to have a go at painting those.
Excellent. Nice to know I've inspired someone.
Yes, thank you, mate. Git.
It's all right. Peter says, for those who are about to glue, we salute you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And he says, just had penny carbonara with extra cheese and chicken strips. Yum.
Oh, nice.
Sounds good.
And he says, Julian, yes, he's wearing Duke as an ascot. So he's wearing Duke. Yes. Julian says, Steph sounds okay here. Cool. Dieter says, cocktail prickers or toothpicks.
Right.
Julian, chair farts. If you're wearing Duke and gargling Tim, you'll put your back out.
Can we move on from that, please?
You said be careful, Jim, because John's not here this week.
Yeah.
Julian says, Steph's playing with wood. Can this get any worse? I ask myself. No, that is not a challenge.
Well, depends where your mind is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do apologise. I've been busy texting the Australian git.
Yes.
No, because he's clarified what he was saying to me. I need to go one more internal panel forward on this silver. Yeah. I now know what he's talking about.
There we go. By Jove, I think he's got it. Dieter says, Julian, it's a Friday thing. Let's leave it at that. As long as he remembers the safe word, it's fine. Octal says, hi, Mikey, panel and chat. Hello, Octals.
Hi, Octals.
Octals.
Dieter, P.S. As Mikey wants me to try and sing some more, I'm put a message on his Discord to have requests. Excellent. Thank you, buddy. I look forward to seeing what you produce. Have you heard him sing, Steph?
Who?
Dieter.
No.
He put a link to a little recording he did last night on my Discord. And you know when you're a kid and your parents sings you a lullaby and it makes you feel like really warm and fluffy and wrapped up and secure and all that. That's what it's like listening to him.
Okay.
His voice is very soothing.
Nice.
Like
Yeah, I can
warm,
think of a
fluffy
few people
blanket.
when I hear their voice, it causes that sensation, reaction, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. It's very, very soothing and calming. Duke says, I'm not supple enough to be an Asker. At all. Open to new ideas is good in any form of life, as long as you remember you still have that what you still have what you bought years back. Like I bought a modelling knife chest circa 1973 and still have them stashed. Nice.
It's nice. Yeah.
Julie says, if he's got it, don't use our loo. Okay. John says, nailed it, Captain. Dieter, okay, now I'm blushing and imagine you guys calling me to sing you lullabies in the future. By all means.
Trust me, Dater, that's not what I mean. Yeah, just thinking about mom.
Okay, that's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, you just made it really weird, Jim.
Yeah, well, it wasn't intended to be, but that's how often those things happen.
I mean, it does make me wonder if you're looking at Dieter and it's making you think of your mum.
I'm not saying anymore.
Very good idea, Jim.
Exactly. I did that one time. I'm not digging myself a bigger hole.
That's what she said.
Yes, of course. Okay, let me ask you very quickly. There's a very popular television show that's no longer in production here in America called The Office. It was based on an English production of it with Ricky Gervais. Do any of you remember watching that, and did you like it? The British version, I mean.
I don't like
I didn't watch it because I can't stand Ricky Gervais.
I'm with Gary.
Okay, Mikey?
I watched it, but when it came out, I was only a young teenager, so I didn't really get it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. The American version of The Office is one of those
Steve
shows
Carell,
that's not forever. And that comment you say all the time, that's what she said. That's where I first heard it, was from that show. I'm not saying they created it. I'm just saying that's where, when you say that, I automatically think of the character Michael Scott.
I always think of Jakey because he says that to virtually anything someone says.
I'll tell you what, at his age, if I said that around the house, I might have caught a little slap in the back of the head from my mom or dad. Like, hey, I told you to watch that stuff.
Well, like I say, he's recently found Two Broke Girls on TV, and
oh, okay, he likes that.
He likes the girls.
I've watched it before, and I know. Let's put it like this: I know why he's watching it.
Yes. Okay, that's understood. As for how old is he? 13?
14.
14. Yeah, I get it. Well, when I watched Monty Python as a 10-year-old, I was enthralled with Carol Cleveland.
Well, yeah.
It was like,
Probably
wow.
for the same reasons.
Yeah, but I don't know if they ever did what they did on Python, like the boring life of a chartered accountant when he walks into the shop to buy a newspaper and she's topless.
I remember that, see.
And I was like, wow. And all the schoolboys the next day are like, did you see what you did? We were like, he didn't have any top on. Did you see that?
You may not know this one, Jim, but my one of those was Pamela Stevenson. In,
No, name
Nine
doesn't
O'Clock
sound familiar.
News. She's married to
Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
and the sketch goes, somebody walks in and goes to pay with American Express, and she sits there and looks and goes, "Oh, American Express, sir." Opens a blouse and goes, "Would you like to feel my tits?"
Woo!
And I believe it's on YouTube somewhere. But yeah,
Probably.
I'd be surprised if it was
if
YouTube.
you've never
Really?
seen 9 o'clock news, it's awesome. Pamela
Okay.
Stevenson, Rowan Atkinson, Griffiths
Oh, yeah.
Jones.
I've never seen it, Steph, but I have heard of it. Yes.
Oh, what's his name? Smith.
Mel Smith.
Mel Smith. Cheers,
Yeah,
Gary.
I gotta dig that up because it's out there. I'll find it. If I can find Yes Minister, I'll find not the 9 o'clock news. And by the way, Yes Minister is a brilliant show. I love that.
So real.
The one thing I did like Ricky Gervais in is Afterlife. That was good.
I just can't stand the man.
Yeah, my missus made me watch that, and I'll be honest with you, it got a bit dusty in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from what I heard, the Ricky Gervais character in The Office, he was a really like nasty, like just miserable person. Whereas the character that the lead man in The Office in the American version played, he was an incompetent, a dope, and a bit of a liar, but he wasn't mean spirited.
Yeah, I wasn't. I don't think he was mean spirited in the British Office. He was just. He was just. How can I put it?
Dick.
Yeah.
Narcissistic.
But, yeah. He just thought he was a lot funnier than he was.
Okay. All right, be right back. I'm going to go get my little model table set up right next to me. Oh, if someone comes in, Mikey, and you're running out of space, you can drop me anytime. I just came in to make it look like the show really matters.
Jim, before you go. Oh, he's not listening.
Dieter says, laugh out loud, Nigel. Oops. In case you haven't noticed, my hands are here. Modders is in.
Oh, hello, modders.
You can come up if you want, Modders. Dieter says, boss is wondering here why I'm giggling. Because he's thinking of Gary wearing Duke as an ascot and gargling Tim, apparently.
Oh, for God's sake!
That's what she said. Athol, what gets me about Star Film and TV, they never show folks going off to the loo if they have loos in the future. Yeah, that's true. Maybe they've got something in their feed that stops them needing the loo, like the cows.
Could be.
Athol says British version was okay, but dislike Ricky Gervais. Yeah. June says no and no. Agreed with Gary about Gervais.
He's just the sort of guy I'd
Peter,
never
we
get
have-
tired of punching.
Dieter says we have local versions of Gervais, one of them being a line of yogurt, even. Yeah. And he says some of those hosts were okay, others got bored quite rapidly. Boring quite rapidly. Yeah. Tiffany, just opened my curtains for a bit of light, and there's a temporary ice ring in the park.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cool. I used to do that in the park in my neighborhood where I grew up.
Yeah, what she means is the pond's frozen over.
Yeah. Is it that cold?
Up in the north, it must be.
Julian, thought about Star Trek, Star Wars, etc. Asimov's laws of robotics specified not harming humans. So what about if all the other sentient species, like Vulcans, etc.? Ah.
That is illogical.
Penny's in. She says, "Morning, all." Good
Morning, Penny.
Morning.
Penny says, "Athol, in the future they use seashells."
Seashells.
Someone's doing a Sean Connery.
On the seashore, Miss Moneypenny.
Julian says, "Morning, Penny."
Oh, bugger.
Penny says, "Morning, Julian."
Oh,
And Dieter says, "Well, on the loo thing, when you check the schematics they made of Star Trek ships, they do come with loos, but as showers are sonic, I'm imagining loos function likewise, or the 3 seashells way." There we go.
how the hell?
What are you bitching about now?
How the hell have we got on to talking about toilets on the Starship Enterprise?
We can always go back to talking about you gargling.
No, come on, let's move on. For the sake of Timmy. And it wasn't even me that
You
said
know
it.
that's
You
gonna-
said it.
You know that's going to end up in the Discord session tomorrow.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
And you know it's going to come up at a family event where John sees Tim. And he's not going to be able to stop giggling because that's all he can think of.
Well,
Dieter says, "Sorry, Penny, but I'm now imagining Sheldon Cooper knocking on your door. Oh, behave, Dieter."
because he'd have to knock 3 times. He would be
Tiffany
going,
says, "No,
Penny.
yeah." Tiffany says, "No, they've actually put an actual ice ring in the basketball court." Oh,
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's going to make practice interesting later.
yeah.
Yeah. You got lines underneath the
Athol
ice too
says-
to practice with too.
Yeah. Athol says, "Morning, Penny." And Penny says, "Dieter, it's a very common thing for me. When a driver wants to come up to my bus, they knock 3 times, then say Penny, then repeat another 2 times." Julian says, "That makes the rhyme quite different. She sells seashells by the seashore. For what purpose, though?" He says, "I watched Time Bandits last weekend. I had no idea Sean Connery was in it."
Yeah, that's kind of like a who's who of English film stars or British film stars.
Penny says, "Hey, Athol." And
Happy
Dominic
not
says,
that
"I'm
was
back."
Benji, shut up.
Benji's back. He's making his presence known.
Yeah, I think it's pigeons just invaded the garden.
Here you go, Gary. Your best friend's in.
Ta-da!
Good morning, Australia.
Ahoy!
Hello.
It's like Beetlejuice. You say that phrase, Mikey, 3 times and I appear.
I would take this opportunity
I
to
didn't say it that
apologise for
time,
my
it was
learned
Gary.
friend's disgusting comments.
He loves it, though. Tim loves the attention. Especially from Gary.
I don't know. The things I have to put up with. All
It's
for
been a
the
while
art,
since I felt so special, you know.
all for the art of entertainment.
Well, as Oscar Wilde said, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
Well, you have a point.
Indeed, old boy.
Quite.
Athol says, "Morning, Dom." Dieter says, "Jim Parsons and Kaylee Kuko were brilliant in keeping that gag fresh and diverse." Yeah,
Oh, Kaylee Kuko.
totally agree. Dom says, "Hey, Athol." Dieter says, "I can imagine Penny." Really? Why would you do that?
I wouldn't be saying things
Penny
like that today.
Yeah, today is the loaded remark day.
Yeah,
Oh, be careful.
Mikey seems to be off his medication somewhat.
Yes.
What a crowd.
I actually remembered to take it this morning. Penny says, I've seen Sean Connery in many films playing people of different nationalities, but I don't recall ever seeing him play a Scotsman.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
He did in
Yes.
Alcatraz. In The Rock.
Oh, The Rock, yeah.
Yeah, he played a former Scottish SAS soldier that had been
Is that the
arrested
one
in
with Mark Harmon?
America.
No, that's the Presidio.
What?
No, I'm
It's one with
sorry.
Nick Cage.
Okay. Yeah, it's not coming to mind.
Yes.
Athol this morning, Benji.
Yes, good morning, Benji.
Yeah, he's here.
Well, let him know he has admirers across the pond.
Yeah. Well, his mum's gone out, so he's stuck with me again today.
Yeah, that's where you say that, Gary. Our dog, our house mascot, he lives upstairs with the two guys, my best friend and his brother, who share the place upstairs. So when they come out, when they go out, the dog's scratching on my door downstairs because I'm the consolation prize. As soon as they come home, he's gone.
That's it.
Spalding goes in. He says, "Hi everyone." Hello,
Oh,
Benji.
hey, James. How's it going? Loving all your tank reviews and all the stuff you're doing. I put his channel on and I run that while I'm at the workbench. Inspires me.
Excellent. Junior says Connery would probably be most upset to be called English. He's Scottish.
He was quite proud of the fact he was Scottish, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't mean any misrepresentation there, so please excuse me.
To be honest, I'm not sure he'd be bothered these days.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
He's not around to let me burn the voice's displeasure.
Yeah, he's not around to kick your ass anymore.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't last long. I'm just saying it'd be interesting.
Yeah. 2 seconds. Dieter says, Penny, the only time he does it is when he plays Bond, although the reference did not come into play until he was replaced by Lazenby and retaken by Brosnan and Craig.
Yeah, four Bond. Well, yeah, 4 Bonds there: a Scotsman, an Irishman, an Australian, and an Englishman.
Walk into a bar.
Personally, I prefer Timothy Dalton and Daniel Craig's version of Bond.
I think
rough and tumble, no nonsense type.
I think Timothy Dalton, if he'd have done a third Bond, would have made a decent crack at it.
Yeah, I thought it was very good.
I did like Tim Dalton.
Yeah, like I said, he was more than no nonsense kid. And from what I understand, that was closer to the character in Ian Fleming's books. I don't know if that's true or not.
But I've seen every Bond film but one, and that's the one I won't watch, which is the last one.
Oh, I've seen it. Don't bother, Gary. It's all right.
No, I'm not. I won't watch it.
Yeah. I was going to say, for me, and this is just a sentimental favorite, is Goldfinger. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's got the Nazi gold. It's got East versus West. It's got all that 1960s stuff, and the cars. The cars are so cool. Love it. Oh.
Dieter says, so yes, he's never actually played a Scotsman. Yeah. And which is even more hilarious in the original Highlander movie. Yes. TVG says, yes, Sean had a wonderful Spanish accent.
I love his Russian
Julian
accent.
says-
That was
Yeah, and I
amazing.
was just going to say, Steph, his Russian accents.
Yeah, Hunt for Red October. Yeah.
I like that.
Basically, it's just Sean Connery.
Well, his parents his father had served in the Russian Civil War and settled in the Soviet Union afterwards, and that's how the Scottish-Russian man came to be.
Julian Connery also played a Scotsman in the original Highlander, I think. There we go.
I
He's
think I
Spanish.
thought he was Spanish.
Penny says, "Yeah, Dieter, I always get the impression that James Bond is an Englishman."
Nope.
And Dieter said, "Nope. In The Rock, he was a British Army officer. They deliberately avoided English or Scottish, even if he was allowed to use his natural accent, though." There we go.
Well, for us Americans, everyone from the UK is an Englishman. So
Ooh!
Yeah, and every Englishman.
I'm
well, I'm
pretty
not saying that for
Wales is
myself.
another
I'm just
part.
telling you what the average
Yeah.
Joe walking down the sidewalk would tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
know.
pretty
A
sure.
lot of
Connery,
Americans.
Sorry,
Go on,
Steph.
Steph.
I'm
No,
pretty
go
sure
ahead, Dan.
that Connery played a Scotsman in The Longest Day.
Oh,
Yes,
what was that unit he was in? Was that a Scottish outfit? Because he was with that. He was partnering up with that. I don't know what the actor's name, but he was the Beatles manager in Hard Day's Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were in a Bren gun carrier, weren't they?
Yeah.
No. Connery carried a Bren gun. He wasn't in a carrier, but he was. They were infantry. They were walking, but he had a Bren gun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did play a Scotsman in that.
Oh, can someone help me out with this? While they're on the beach, someone starts playing the bagpipes, and his partner says, "Have you ever heard such a bloody racket in all your life?" As he's sticking cotton in his ears, and Connery says, "Yes, it takes an Irishman to play the pipes." What does he mean by that? I thought pipes. I know pipes are played by Irishmen, but what's he mean by that?
That the Irish are better playing the bagpipes
Not
than the
quite.
Scots.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yeah, because that was Lord Lovett's
Yes,
personal piper, wasn't it?
they got an American Peter Lawford playing Lord Lovett.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like those old Universal horror films in the 30s with all the British actors, Colin Clive and others doing Baron von Frankenstein. I say, Baron, beastly weather we're having here, old boy.
Penny says, "Julian, in Highlander, I believe Sean Connery played a Spaniard." Yes.
He did.
Need to catch up on this chat because it's getting away from us. Dieter, in the Majesty Secret Service, George Lazenby goes full Highland dress. We also get a glimpse of the Bond family weapon and motto. And in Spectre, we end up in Scotland finally. Yes.
Is that Spectre or Skyfall?
Skyfall, that one.
Yeah,
Because Skyfall is the name of the house that he grew
exactly.
up in. Ian says,
Yes,
Highlander.
yes.
Yes, Julian, I like that. Sorry, go on.
That's where they kill M.
Ah, spoilers.
They murdered Dame Judy. Bastards.
Ian says, Highlander. Yes, Julian, I like that. Julian, that's right, Penny. His accent never changes, so it's hard to tell. Yeah. Dieter, Brosnan even declares the world is not enough to be the family motto, which is correct, as you get to see below the coat of arms. Yes. Steve's in. He says, another test. Can anyone see this? Probably not. We absolutely can. And in fact, I spoke to YouTube, and they said there is no problem on my end. So hopefully it should be okay now, because I can see your comments. And it's only streaming through my channel. So there we go. Penny says, oh, shush the lot of you. The only Bond was Roger Moore. The rest were pretenders.
Oh, what, Mr. Eyebrow?
He did it for the laughs. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
His best two were the first two he did. After that, it kind of got a little off the rails.
Tiff says, yes, Steve, I can see you. Julian, in my honest opinion, the best Bond was Brosnan, a perfect blend of paid killer and suave gentleman. And he was Irish.
Here, here.
Dieter says, I agree that Dalton and Craig were very close to the intended dramatist persona. Sean gave him the phlegma, Lazenby the vulnerability, Moore the cynicism and wisecracking, and Dalton the brutal ad hoc.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Dalton was a no nonsense kind of guy. That's what I
Well,
like.
I liked
Character.
Daniel Craig in a film called The Trench. He's good in
The
that.
Trench.
He plays a sergeant in the First World War. In a British,
Oh, really? I got to look that
Yeah.
up.
The entire film is about one British company in one section of trench. The whole film is in this one section of trench.
Wow. Sounds
And he
good.
plays the sergeant.
It sounds almost like a stage play.
It pretty much is.
Was it inspired by one or?
No.
Okay,
That's
just
okay,
asking.
then.
I've got what's it called again?
The trench.
Trench.
The Trench. Okay, the simplicity of it made me forget it.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, I'm gonna look that one up. I got to see that. Yeah, Daniel Craig. I like him. I've seen him in a what was it? You ever seen a film called Layer Cake?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, that was the first time I saw him before I saw his first Bond film.
Steve says, Tiffany, yes, about time. Thank you. Yes, I had words with YouTube. Dominic says, I am really Dutch. 2 sandwiches with peanut butter for lunch.
That sounds good to me. I love it. Lots of protein. Good
No.
for you.
Dieter, in the Highlander, he was an Egyptian Spanish nobleman. Yep. Tiff says, nothing wrong with peanut butter sarnie, Dom. Just add jam.
No.
Or as the Americans say,
No, we've got jam, we've got jelly, we've got preserves. But I thought the all-inclusive term in the UK was marmalade. Is that correct?
No,
no, that's
Nope.
jam made with
Nah.
oranges.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
Okay. Well, I'm
It's
learning.
really nice though.
It's
No.
really
Well, I
nice and
also
cooked.
think of the old Pink Floyd song. What was it? Ellen's Psychedelic Breakfast, and in there is marmalade. I like marmalade.
Yeah.
So I heard that as a wee better.
Yeah, TBG says The Rock. Some say that it's a Bond movie,
Oh,
an
really?
Americanized version, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
It's a good film.
I'll tell you a good film that was based on an average film that was based on a very good book. And the reason I don't like it is because they Americanized it. The characters was The Dogs of War.
yes.
Yeah, Christopher Walken, Ed O'Neill. It was all based on an American living in New York City who was a mercenary. When you read the book, the original was what was his name? Cat Shannon was him. He was an Irishman.
I can tell you what film based on Bond isn't a Bond film. That's called Never Say
Right.
Never Again.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
awful.
I'm sorry. Could
Why
you say
can't-
that again, Gary? What was that?
Never Say Never Again. It's actually Bond.
Oh yeah,
When Connery came back. It's
Right.
awful.
19. Was that 1971 or was that the 1981?
1980s.
Okay, yes, I know. Yeah, he looks so out of place.
The film's just a remake of Thunderball.
And then
He
you've got
looks so
David
out of
Niven.
It's like
And I
Sean.
like David Nivens.
Yeah. Casino Royale, the first one, is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one with.
David
That's
Niven.
the
Woody
that's
Allen's
a
in it.
parody film, right? With Woody Allen and
Yeah.
David Niven.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Third James Bond. Anyway.
TBG says The Rock. Yeah, got that one. Dieter says nope. In The Longest Day, he was Flanagan, the Irishman, and part of
Right.
Lovett's vision, along with Millen the Piper.
Millen, Bluebonnets.
Good film.
Julian, I never really liked Dalton as Bond. He acted like a gorilla in a suit, a bit too brutal, in my honest opinion.
No. Well, we can agree to disagree, Julian.
That's the
That's
beauty
what I liked
of the
about it.
world.
Oh,
That's what I like
great.
about the community we built up around this channel. It's a lot of people that understand that it's okay to disagree.
And
Ian says, "Hey,
respectfully,
Steve." Yeah. Ian says, "Hey, Steve's in the house. Good to see you."
Oh,
Yes,
Steve's
we
here?
can finally see you again, Steve. Yeah. You can finally
Oh,
comment.
Oh, he got that business straightened out?
Yeah.
Well, I got to say hello to him.
Yeah, he's your little buddy, isn't he?
Well, I wouldn't put it that way.
Dieter says it was a pun to say. It was a pun to say he can play better pipes, as he is actually Scottish. There you go. Steve says, "My wife is so angry."
That's what he meant by the comment. Then that's what he meant by the. It was more of a wisecrack than a. Okay, all right, because I just never got that.
It's
In all the
sarcasm.
years I've seen the film, never got it.
It was sarcasm. Steve says, "My wife is so angry today. Our Sky dish blew off in the wind last night, so no TV. She phoned Sky today and can't fix it until 9th of January, so no TV all through Christmas. She's so peed right now."
You'd have thought
Oh, no.
Sky would have given you access to Now TV, which is through the internet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cut down version of Sky, but you get your films and your main channels.
I mean, the fact that you still need a Sky dish in this day and age.
I suppose it depends where you are in the.
Yeah. Does anybody? I mean, I think even here in America, DirecTV and Dish Network, I think they finally went wireless or they changed their technology. I'm just wondering if anybody has dishes anymore. The wireless stuff.
Australia swapped over to digital maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a big thing. Get rid of your analog boxes because no more telly once they go digital.
Yeah.
Oh, we got rid of that stage of it. We got rid of about 20 years ago.
That sounds about
when
right.
I was a kid. I remember that when I was a kid.
We talk about analog antenna reception or okay. Yeah, we did the same thing, but 2009 converted over to digital broadcasting. So you got to put, a wireless antenna inside your house, and supposedly you're supposed to get all the channels. It's I don't know what the setup is like over there, but over here it's crap. So I don't even try because it just doesn't produce anything worth watching.
Yeah, I don't really watch telly anyway.
What we have over here that is crap is called the BBC.
The BBC would like to apologize for the previous remark. It does not mean to represent us in any way, shape, or form.
The British Bashing Corporation.
I just remember all the time the Monty Python with that, with the BBC logo on the screen. The BBC would do, Oh, that's right. I wanted to refer you, Mikey, to the there was a it was a Python sketch. It was like, these are the words which will not be used in tonight's program. And you can have that as like a before the beginning of every broadcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Semprini out.
Athol says Scottish pipes have 5 drones, whereas Irish pipes have only 3 drones, so make lower tunes.
Okay. Well, thank you, Athol. I'm learning a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Dieter says, I stand corrected. Skyfall it is. Yes.
Yeah, I thought it
was. Am I painting this right color? Yeah. Yeah, because it's when they're escaping, trying to escape undetected. So they go up to Skyfall Mansion.
See, I heard a story because I think he was still alive then, so I believe it to be true that Albert Finney, who played the gamekeeper.
Hmm.
I think I seem to remember originally they wanted Connery to play it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Albert Finney.
That would have actually been pretty good, I think. It'd have been a good twist as well. Dieter says the castle is real and is the seat of one of my ancestral clans, Clan McCallum or Malcolm.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? All right. Well, there you go.
Junior says the piper on the beach in D-Day was Bill Millen and was told to shut the F up by a sergeant who said his playing was attracting the Germans to them.
But Lovett told him to play. His commanding officer.
So a sergeant told a pipe major to shut that up. That wouldn't have gone down well.
No. Well, you'd see his point.
Oh, I must admit.
I just think of John Cleese in the cheese shop sketch. Will you stop that bloody racket?
TBG says blame Julian. He says Dalton is Welsh. He is.
Is he?
Good go. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. I like him even more.
There's a lot. There's actually quite a lot of famous people that are Welsh.
Yeah, Richard Burton.
Actors
Welsh.
and singers and things.
Tom Jones.
That's because we only produce quality in Wales.
Ah, yeah, right. Posh Mikey with your clean cutting man.
Excluding
Well, that's why we have
politicians.
Welsh land. Sorry?
Excluding politicians, obviously.
I don't know. David Lloyd George was a pretty good prime minister.
He knew my father.
Yeah, I don't think that name would be too welcome in the Hague residence.
Probably not.
No. Oh, Lord George
It says
was a
Roger
man of his time and was like any person who made an impact in history. There's good and bad. So
Yeah.
I mean, people are never lily white and pure in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly. We're all human.
Exactly, and then to see, I mean, Churchill, Chamberlain. The thing about Chamberlain was in the 30s when everyone was saying, you better watch out for Churchill was making a loud voice about the Nazis and being prepared for war, which I agree with. There was a certain validity to that. Chamberlain, being the former Chancellor of the Exchequer, also reminded people, do you understand what the cost of a war would do to our economy? Because they were still recovering from the cost of the Great War.
Absolutely. Dieter says Roger Moore pulling the Mike Annex cigarette lighter. Oh, a genuine Felix lighter.
Oh,
Junior says, blame me for what? Probably right. Just checking what I did this time.
Julian, mate.
just accept it, Julian, and say, yes, thank you, sir. May I have another?
Dieter says Craig is also the only Bond to actually serve Her Majesty. Laugh loud when you think about it. Yeah.
Was he a serviceman?
No. During the 2012 Olympic opening ceremony, he actually worked with the Queen to do the opening sort of performance.
That was brilliant.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm assuming all those actors had been in the British military in their younger days, I'm guessing, right?
Connery was in the Navy.
Yeah. A lot of them have. Yeah.
I don't.
Well, he was given the honorary rank, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think Craig wasn't he? He was made
Craig
honorary
got,
commander.
Craig also got the same medal or investiture, whatever they call it, that fictitious Bond got.
Yeah, he was made an honorary commander, wasn't he?
Oh, I see. Okay.
in the Navy. In the
Well,
Royal
I'm thinking
Navy.
that in the time that Moore is older than Connery by a couple of years, so I'm guessing in their younger days that they conscription was still a part of being a British citizen, right? You did your 2 years.
It was
whatever.
national service, wasn't it?
I'm sorry.
National service, it was called.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Same thing, though.
Penny says, loved him in Layer Cake. Oh, wow, we are well behind.
Yeah.
I know Hobby Time.
Hobby Times here says, hi, guys.
Oh yeah.
TBG says, opening crypt in daylight, Julian. Oh. Penny, best line ever. You wouldn't be so tough without your bodyguard behind you. Yeah, well, he has. Julian, oh yeah, that was me, TNG. Sorry. Dieter, in a way, The Rock is as he was a secret agent working for the SAS. He says, good call, TBG.
Probably.
Yep, NSNA was the last time Sean played Bond without being Bond. Julian, I read that bagpipes are a Scottish breathalyzer. Blow in the pipe, please, sir. If you like the sound, it makes you drunk. And you're drunk. And yet another nation we can cross off our list of offended nations.
The Scots don't get offended easily. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Apparently they do now.
Oh,
Apparently if you get offended in your own home, you can be reported. You can be arrested for saying something offensive in your own home in Scotland.
Yeah.
That crazy.
Fun times in the
that
UK.
crazy.
And, it's getting batshit crazy.
Batshit
Yeah.
bonkers Britain.
Yeah.
What was it? The police across the country investigated non-crime hate issues nearly 12,000 times
Good use of your tax dollars.
between July and June 2024. In 1 month, they investigated.
Yeah, and that 13 of the forces didn't even respond to the inquiry.
Yeah, it was the Freedom of Information Act by Suella Braverman. It's just ridiculous.
Boy.
Yeah.
And they wonder why there's so much crime.
if I remember rightly, in Scotland, day one that
Yeah.
thingy came out, a 70-something-year-old woman was arrested because her neighbour put in a false claim about her, and now she has that on her record, even though it's a false one.
Yep.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Comments.
I'm going to nip downstairs and get myself
Yeah.
a cup of coffee. Back in a second.
Oh, good diarrhea. Me too. I'm going to get a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Anybody else want one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Steve says,
Please.
Steve says, I hated Dalton as Bond. Sorry, Jim.
Well, it's all right. It's okay, mate. I'm glad you're commenting again. I like having you
Jim.
around, Steve. So please keep coming back.
Yeah. Yeah. You're if you can upset Jim, then you're doing something wrong. Jim doesn't get upset very easily.
I was going to say, is that a challenge?
Listen, when you can give Gary's throat a rest, then we'll talk about challenges.
That's a fair point. Like I'm booked until mid-January, but
Yeah. Just don't tell Kat,
No. Mind you, though, I've already had a career in the Navy. I doubt she'd be surprised.
Well, yeah, there is that. There's a reason why people in the Navy are very good at riding horses. They're used to their legs being spread apart. Jim says, glad to see you here, Steve. Actually, they wouldn't be, would they? How can you ride a horse if you've got a sore backside? Steve says, thanks, Jim.
You're welcome, mate.
Looking
Looking forward to you and I going to Blackpool and having a
bagpipes.
drink together.
Dieter says, Athol, Scottish bagpipes have 3 drones, the chatter and the blowpipe. Just saying, hee hee. There you go. Dominic, time for a joke. Neighbour just came home drunk. Now he's banging on his door. What should I do? Go tell him he's not home? Yeah, you should say they're not in, mate. Sorry. Athol says, hey, Dieter, I stand corrected. There you go. Dieter, Irish or Julian pipes are also 3 pipes, but it's very, very different indeed and have a very unique sound to them. You got that very right, my friend. Yeah.
Okay.
Julian, Sky, what? Oh, Sky have a streaming service that doesn't need any dish. They should allow that, or just suggest dumping the dish and moving to the streaming service only. You would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. They also have. They also own Now TV, which is you get various packages through that, which is what I've got.
Yeah. But to be honest, these days, I mean, if your wife's into Christmas films and stuff, just watch Netflix because they have hundreds of Christmas films on there. That's why we don't bother watching TV, because pretty much 90% of what you get on normal TV you can find on streaming services anyway. And that way you don't have to have a TV license, because you're not watching live TV as it's been broadcast.
Yeah.
Steve says streaming is Sky Q. We'll have Sky Plus.
Okay. Yeah, there's always a hook somewhere with streaming services. For instance, with Paramount, they moved that Star Trek series that they were hyping big time. After a few episodes, they moved it up to a Paramount Plus premium package. So it's like they hook them in, get the Paramount, then say, "Oh, you want to watch the rest of the series? Well, now you got to pay extra." So it's the same old shell game.
Yeah. Yeah. Dieter, Milne would never got shot because, as it turned out, the Germans took pity on him, thinking he was a crazy man.
Wait a minute. If they were SS, they were true Nazis. They discriminated against mentally disturbed people in Nazi Germany.
Jim, remember, you can't say that word on YouTube, mate.
Oh, sorry. Pardon me. I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. I know it's too late, but forgive me.
Yeah. It's all right. I'll sacrifice you to the YouTube gods later.
Okay, well.
Tiffany said, you should still get the Freeview channels. Yeah, as long as your TV, as long as you got a Digibox, you should still get the Freeview channels.
You should still get it even if you've got a Skybox, because my sister didn't pay her Sky bill one time and she still got the Freeview channels on it.
Yeah. It's years since I We've had telly. So. Athol says, tune your TVs to channels 25 and 56 for the American
Freeview. Okay.
Yeah. Next. Penny says, on the subject of Welsh wonders, did you know the doorbell was invented by a Welshman? He worked day and night on it in his shed in Prestatyn. That's not far from me. In fact, that's where my old unit was based. It's about 20 minutes up the road. It's also where Carol Vorderman grew up.
Oh, well, never mind.
Ooh. Interesting.
Did all right until she opened the gob. Steve says, laugh out loud, Penny.
Wait.
Julian, chair fart. Never say may I have another without knowing another. What? Good advice.
Whoa.
Oh, apparently, Gary, you're booked up till January.
Hey, what? For what?
Tim informed us that you're booked up till January.
Our plans.
Tim's told us.
I've now discovered a whole new level of confusion.
He's booked you up till January.
Okay.
He said you were so good that he's booked you till January now.
Okay.
You are his bitch.
Right.
Dieter says Craig was made an honorary commander, Royal Navy, and received accordingly the same decoration as Bond got in the movies. There we go.
Oh, I see. OC research and
Julie
development.
says national service. Yes. National service in the UK ended in 1960. Yeah, my granddad was annoyed by that. He didn't, because my granddad wanted to do national service and go into the Navy, but because he was an apprentice fitter in the local mines, it was classed as a reserved occupation. He had to finish his apprenticeship before he could be called up. And the year he finished his apprenticeship is the year they ended it.
But he could still volunteer if he wanted to, right?
He just carried on working in the mines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he didn't want to. His dad didn't want him to do it, so I think what it was he wanted to do it, but he didn't want to go against his dad. So if he was called up to do it, then it wasn't his fault.
Exactly. Okay, I get it. All right. Ooh, doggy. Fine stuff.
Julian says, "Oh, I read that one." George says, "Morning, all." Good morning, George.
Morning, George.
Morning.
Boldly said,
Morning,
"Hi,
George."
George." Hello, George. Dieter. Well, Julian, it would mean I am perpetually drunk as I love the pipes. Dieter says, I'm also learning to play them slowly.
Yeah, the chunter.
I bet your neighbours love it. Sorry, go on, Steph.
The chunter. What they use to practice on, isn't it?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a little pipe that they use for practice. It's called a chunter, I believe.
Yeah. There we go.
Learning.
Tiff says, I swear I was going crazy.
No.
Tiff said, I swear I was going crazy because I keep hearing an air raid siren. Then I remembered there's a factory up the road with one.
Oh, let's start a panic. The Russians are coming.
Go that way.
It's gone off 3 times this week.
Okay. All right.
What is it, like a bird scarer alarm or something?
No, it's like some factories and stuff have like it sounds like an air raid siren, but not quite. It goes off at like end of shift or break times or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
They had one that got stuck on in the next town to us. It was driving the inhabitants mad because they couldn't switch it off for 3 days.
Oh, jeez.
God.
Oh, whoa.
It's
Whoa.
like psych warfare.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
June says, Mike, you remember seeing in Sharp when Major Monroe offered Sharp a choice, dangerous mission or listen to him on the bagpipes? Sharp chose the mission. Yeah.
Operation Certain Death.
That was the nickname given to an actual SAS mission in Afghanistan, wasn't it? Operation
you sure?
Certain Death. Yeah.
Oh, certain death, yeah.
Because
Really?
they went in fully expecting to be wiped out, and they actually won and walked out there.
No doubt influenced by the Blackadder Operation Certain Death. I'm guessing if it was post 1989.
I mean, you start an operation called Certain Death. It's only uphill from there.
Well, yeah, that's true. And George says, hi, James.
Hi, George.
Gary's changed his name. June says, I think Ian Fleming made his fictional Bond as a Royal Navy officer, as he was one in the Second World War. He was indeed.
He was.
Was.
He was part of the team that did Operation Mincemeat
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
and Operation Postmaster.
What was that one, Gary?
Yeah.
That's the one made famous by the film The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare with what's his name? Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill and Alan Richardson.
Yeah, Jack Reacher.
Yeah, both of my wife's crushes.
I must admit, it's a bloody good film and a good laugh, but it is a true story.
Based on a true story.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. That's probably closer to it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Nice.
Hollywood get their claws on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get Jim? You need to get one of these, mate.
What's that? Let's see. Oh, a drill?
Yep.
Yeah.
A mini bench drill.
Yeah.
And the wife and I, as we both make models, bought ourselves a desktop table saw,
Oh, nice.
which
Nice.
is brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, precision and, I used to work in a machine shop. So I often think about that when I'm trying to do something on my workbench with my hands. I'm like, remember when I used to be able to put it in a locking a vise and be able to do whatever I'm doing with it that way? It's, yeah, I understand. You're right.
Oh yeah, but this, it's a godsend. Love it.
Yeah. Precision every time.
I want all those things, but I've got no room for them.
Hey, I've got no room either, Gary, but don't stop me getting them.
It's those, those words, that phrase. Where are you going to put that?
I don't know, but I will.
Yes, they're the words you need to learn. And my added bonus is Lisa is also a modeler.
Well, yes. Yeah,
So it's beneficial for both.
sort of Marion started down that road because she's doing the book nooks, and I know Lisa does those
Yeah.
as well. She's got one in a tin to do.
Oh, nice.
I think you gave me the idea at the NEC when we were there in April, Steph, about the one in the tin. Because didn't we have one on the table that Lisa
Yes.
had done?
Yeah, they're a good place to start. They're quite complex,
Yeah.
but a good place to start. It's not too fiddly.
She did the garden reading room thing last year. I got her that for Christmas last year.
Did she enjoy it?
She did enjoy it. She did enjoy it. It was quite funny. Sitting at watching the telly in the evening with her sat at the table modelling away, and I thought, my God, how have roles reversed in this house?
Yeah, and it's a little bit frustrating because with things like that they can sit there and watch TV and do it, and I'm like, that's not fair. I want to be able to do that.
Mm.
I do that. I just do my modelling in the house. I have a TV with a Fire Stick right in front of me.
Oh, pops.
Athol says,
Between Matt and a television with a Fire Stick. Ooh, we're getting very high society.
I won't tell you what I've got in the living room, Jim.
I think I can take it.
Nothing. It's all in his
It's all in my work. Yeah, it's all in my back room. Yes.
No, in the living room we've got a projector
Oh, nice. Very cool.
that you can plug a Fire Stick into and things.
Yeah. It's all compatible. Nice. Very nice, Mikey.
Yeah. So I have my PlayStation 4 plugged into that.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
I kept meaning to ask you, Mikey, did you and Morgan play MSFS on your PlayStation, on your Xbox?
He has been playing it, but he only brought his Xbox down last night. So I don't know if he's staying over tonight. If he is, we'll be playing it tonight.
Cool. I want to report.
When he was playing it the other night, he was FaceTiming me so I could watch it, and it is really good. You can literally go on Google because it uses Google Maps and everything. You can go on to Google Maps, find your house, and actually take off from above your house and fly around your town and stuff.
My goodness.
It's really cool.
I'm
And it's got
waiting
every
for
helipad in the world.
I'm waiting for it
Sorry,
to be
Gary?
ported across. I'm waiting for it to be ported across to the PlayStation 5, which I believe is next year.
Ooh.
It's part of this new all sharing world that Microsoft has got into.
You know what? I
Not
think
all
I should have it ready to go all in one shot.
Athol says, why do women rub their eyes when they wake up? Answer, because men are too busy scratching their lower mid areas.
That's an old one.
Speak.
Julian, Penny, is that why doorbells work that way? Press that in.
We get a lively crowd.
Yeah. Steve says, can't get Freeview as we don't have a TV aerial. To be honest, I'm fine with no TV. It's mad about not having it. She can always download things like ITVX and stuff onto a phone and watch it on there or onto a computer. ITVX Channel 4 or 4 Plus, whatever it is.
5 on demand.
Yeah, that's it.
Disney Plus and Netflix and Now TV and all sorts.
Yeah, with them, you've pretty much got everything. Yeah.
Woo, boy. Okay. This is going to be
Dieter, Nigel, most of the Germans defending Sword Beach were common Wehrmacht and foreign recruits. The Black Corps, as you can't say the stereo slang word, was not allowed to move until way later. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a lot of Ostfront troops right on the shoreline.
It's all too modern for me. Andy says, I avoided national service by being a fetus.
Big brain move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was an egg.
I still am.
My dad wasn't even a twinkle in his dad's eyes. Dieter says, BBC, my neighbours are Polish, so they have no idea when I play for being so damn loud themselves. Is that a little bit stereotyping there, Dieter? Athol says it's called a chanter, used for practice and playing the pipes. There we go.
That's it.
Dieter says, and yes, the chanter is the flute part you begin with to learn your finger settings and take a first step in learning how to breathe and play. Got a St. Kilda myself. Julian, Andy, I avoided national service by not being born until 1970.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And he says, Correctamundo, Chair Farty Pants. Op Mincemeat is a great book and documentary too. The movie is based on the book. Yeah. So your nickname is elaborating, Gary.
I'll now become Chair Farty Pants.
Yeah. Mum and Son's in. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is well.
Morning.
Hello, Tammy.
Good morning, and thank you.
Tammy.
Oh.
Thank you. Whoops, almost lost it.
You don't believe what you've missed this morning.
Gary,
Hello.
you know Operation Mincemeat?
Yes.
The original The Man Who Never Lived. Was it Man Who Never Lived? Anyway,
Yeah.
the original black and white film. Did you
Yeah.
know that Montague was in the film?
Really?
The guy who ran the operation
Italy.
was in the original film. I can't remember the name. The Man Who Never Lived. Or
Man who never was.
That's it. Man Who Never Was.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah,
The Man Who Never
Montague
Was.
was in the film.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember the part he played. I'll have to look it up.
That's why we have an IC research.
Yeah, don't worry, Julian will be on it.
If you pose your question to Julian, he'll find you the answer.
Okay.
Post your question to IC Research and Development.
Yes. Care of Bearded Veteran Creates at.
He'll be on it like Sonic.
Yeah.
On it like a VW.
Steve. Steve says, I keep meaning to find a game to play on my PlayStation 5. It's gathering dust, not use it for months.
Well, I must admit, yesterday I spent a very, very pleasant afternoon with Lara Croft, but it was a PlayStation 4 game on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Good PlayStation 5 game. God of War Ragnarok.
Here you go, Gary. The first joke I ever told Lisa is, why do so many men like Lara Croft?
Go on.
Go on.
How many women do you know that you can press a couple of buttons and she drops down to all fours?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear me.
And that's us out of here.
Yeah. Right, I'm off.
I'm just trying to think. PlayStation 5 games. Stellar Blade, but that's for all the wrong reasons.
I keep suggesting both the Horizon games, the Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4, which has a PS5 graphics update, and Forbidden West. They're really like solid games.
Fantastic games. I've just just about finished another run through of Zero Dawn. And the game I've played time and time again, which a lot of people says deserves a second outing, is Days Gone. Days Gone is a fantastic game, fantastic story, and there's zombies in it.
Oh, there is. Oh,
I didn't realize there's only 15 minutes left. Wow.
I know.
time flies when you're having fun.
I was starting. Yeah. Apple says 1960. I was starting primary school.
Well, not even I was born then.
Mikey, I'm
Yes.
going to have to scoot. I've got to go and do a load of stuff. I've just been sent the list. Can you go into this?
Oh, no, Steph.
All right, but
All right, Steph. Nice talking to you. Take care.
Yep, you two guys. There you go.
Ta-da.
And there's the.
You on Tuesday?
Oh, nice. Very good, sir. I like that.
We are.
There you go. Two ladders
Seeing you.
in 124 scale.
Nice.
Nice.
Bye, guys.
excellent.
See you later, mate.
Yep.
See ya.
Chester.
Right.
Now, Athol says 1960. I was starting primary school. Dieter says, unfortunately, the stereotype is confirmed by the polls themselves, and they know it. And he says, "Howdy, Tommy. Doing okay?" I think that means Tammy. Careful, modders, you might get skilleted. Scaly says, just taking delivery of the Gecko US Navy Patrol air cushion vehicle, hovercraft. Got to make this a video build. It's 135 big kit. Ooh, I look forward to it.
Yeah, that's going to be a very big kit, I would assume, right? That's one of
I
those.
must admit, I was sat thinking last night, which is always dangerous to me, about next year when I do the Gerald Ford, whether to make that a video build,
Yeah.
because it'll be my first ever ship.
Yeah, I
Say
was going to say you're actually going to do a ship.
Yeah,
Is that 350 scale, Gary?
it's the Magic Factory one. I don't know what scale that is. I don't know whether it's 350 or 700. I will.
Oh, I think it's 700. I was going to say if it's 350, that is a big project.
I think I'll let me just check.
I think we looked at it. It's a big project, even at this, whatever scale it
1700.
is.
1700.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
As a first ship model, I think that would be a better thing to undertake.
I've got to get it yet, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you need more content on the Friends of Mars Heroes channel anyway.
Mhm.
Saying that, so do I.
yeah. Someone's just posted
Pull my
me.
finger out.
Someone's just posted me something. Says, anyone know where the Tesco staff Christmas party is this year? I've been using the self checkout all year, so figured I'd go along.
I wonder if can I nope.
Ooh, I almost forgot.
It's the frame.
Hey, Dorkosaurus.
Hello, Dorkosaurus. Good morning
Yo.
or good afternoon. I don't know where you're at. Or good evening.
Modders, do you have the PayPal link, please? We are currently on for the fundraiser, the channel fundraiser for Morals for Heroes. We are currently on £572.
Bloody hell.
That's a
Well
big
done,
one.
chaps.
Yeah, very nice.
So all that is going to go towards buying the sets of tools that Malcolm has requested. So at the minute, we're on just over 10 sets, which is 10 people we can help. And then whatever's left over that doesn't equate to a full set, then I'll put in as a normal donation. If that's all right with everyone.
Okay with me?
Excellent.
Yeah, come to think of it, the idea of providing a tool set's a very good idea because, being in this hobby for as long as I have, it's like tools I have everywhere on all my workbenches. And I'm thinking, going back to when I first started, what do you do? How do you get it off the runner? What do you do to clean it up? Yeah, you're right. It is a very essential part.
Yeah. Tammy says we played Diablo.
Yeah, it's not the style of game I like, if you see what I mean. I like a lot of the RPGs, but I don't like the JRPGs. I like the sort of Skyrim style RPGs, and maybe the Cyberpunk, but the like Baldur's Gate and that other way they do it, I can't get into that. Maybe it's just me.
See, I like stuff like Ghost Recon where I can just sit on a hill and snipe hundreds of people and then just walk in and collect everything.
I used to play Ghost Recon all the time on the PC, the original.
Yeah. I don't see the point in running in and risking getting yourself killed every 5 minutes when you can just sit on the hill, a neighbouring hill, and just snipe everyone, or send your team in to kill everyone.
It's like the kids when they play Call of Duty. It's just a blast frenzy. And,
Yeah.
I don't get anything from it. So
yeah.
Although the kids always want me to play so they can kill me.
Ian says, like, glad I wasn't drinking during Steph's Lara Croft joke. Oh, I've seen that bit on Gary's live stream last night, Gary.
I don't know because I haven't got all the way through it yet.
There's a part where I make Gary choke on his drink.
Oh, by the way, Mikey, I just want to give you kudos for the way you did the ad hoc power failure fill-in while Gary was out in, Never Land trying to get back to you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you. I think that's the closest I've come to doing a live stream on my own.
I'll tell you what, you're right about the image of Gary, too, with the glasses on, and he's like,
Yeah. Dieter says, Ian, I was, lol. Let's get through these comments now because we've got 7 minutes left.
I need to ask Dieter a question.
Okay.
If I could. Dieter, yesterday I promised to send you an STL file. I can't remember which one I said you wanted. So if you let me know, I'll put it in the Discord this afternoon. Yeah, Hagrid. Sorry.
Yeah, it was Hagrid.
Sorry, Hagrid. Apologies.
Yeah, I'm saying it was the Hagrid file.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I was. Oh, my God.
Wakey, Gary.
File. Right, the Hagrid file will be in there this afternoon.
Yeah. There we go. I'll remind you again later, Gary.
Thank you. Yes, I know it's your food time, but you'll get some in a minute.
Dieter says, good thing it was plain water. Tammy says, when I come in show is almost over. Yeah. Except from yesterday. You did well yesterday. Dieter says, TTYL Steph. Julian, I would get a console, but with my left hand stuffed, I'd never be able to use the controller properly. Yeah. That's the problem. Dieter, I know now. Julian, morning Dorkosaurus. Good morning. Well, afternoon now. Dorkosaurus says, hi, Julian. Scaly says, hi, Dorkosaurus. Long time no see. Hope you're well. Dieter, in 2019, I built the 1/350th Nimitz CVN68. Put it next to my big CVN65 table is 1 meter 20. Enterprise is 1 meter 08. Nimitz is 89 centimeters. The table was looking like a frigging dry dock.
Yeah.
You could have made it into a dry dock diorama. That would have been cool. Tiffany's put the PayPal link in. So yeah, if anyone wants to make a donation to Small's Heroes, the fundraiser we're doing for the tools, please feel free to follow that. Dieter, there's a photo of that on the Project Room page on Facebook. If you want to look at it, and a building album as well. Look for the crest on the cover, and you are in. Excellent. Feel free to put some in Discord as well, so if you want. That's what it's there for. Dorkosaurus says, "Hi, Mike. It's good to see you. I just woke up, so I guess that's a good thing." Hello, Dorkosaurus. It's good to see you too. I always love your little avatar of the dinosaur.
Yes. Yes.
Julian says, "Makes perfect sense, Mikey. Are you feeling okay? Do you need to call someone?" Scaly says, "Dorkosaurus, lol." Tammy says, "Just made a donation and you should have met your goal." Oh. What's going on here? Try again.
I mean, that is extremely generous of you, especially after all those.
Yes.
Guys, we're now on 622.
Oh, wow.
Someone.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That is truly humbling.
Yes. A little bit overwhelmed by that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. 2 seconds.
Now,
Thought so. Okay, we gotta rethink that.
okay,
So
Simpson.
that's enough for just over 11 full sets. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Upside down.
Great work.
And yeah,
And I'm
it'll make
sure-
a big difference.
Well, I know they will go to good use, those kits.
Certainly changed mine and Gary's life around.
Well, without doing the sob story thing, I seriously don't think I'd be here today if it hadn't been for Model Spheres.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say on the matter.
Yeah. And before he started with Model Heroes, he was a blithering idiot. Now he's just an idiot. That we all know and love. The YouTube
He's an
star that
idiot
is
who learned
Jeff
how to
Hart.
not take himself seriously again.
Yes. He's now the YouTuber known as Chair Farts 1.
Yeah. Chair Farty Pants. Chair Farty Pants 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. The progress is backwards, but it's progress.
yeah.
Oh, we might be in competition for that title, Gary, especially when I eat beans and hamburgers.
Well, of course, it is sprout season now as well. So, UK. So, Brussels sprouts.
Woo! Oh my God! All right, let's get off that topic.
I'm going to do your dinner in a minute. Benj.
Oh, blimey, this thing is so fiddly.
That's what she said.
Yes. Holy moly.
Jimmy says, "What's a JRPG? I know RPGs and MMORPGs,
Well-
but not JRPG."
I believe, and I do stand to be corrected on this, but I believe it's Japanese RPG, Japanese
Yes.
role-playing games,
It
which
is.
can be a bit out there, a bit on the
Weird.
no, you know the what's the anime stuff and all that, and I don't like all that. So
Oh, okay, yeah. When I heard
she is
JRPG,
looking
I thought
pretty.
he was a rocket-propelled grenade.
Yeah. That's the last time I heard it and all. Literally.
Jesus.
If I zoom in,
zoom. I've lost
Zoom, zoom,
my.
zoom.
Ah, okay.
2 seconds. Oh, helps if I put
Yeah.
the hat on the right way. There you go. Oh, focus.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's looking great, Mikey.
Something to lock it in with.
Bless her.
Thank you. I'm quite pleased with that, how that's turning out.
And so you should be, sir.
Indeed.
It's always fun to
Let's
the
get
Queen.
back to these comments. Yeah. She was a good boss. Kept out of things. Dieter says, the STL5 was a Hagrid figurine, yes. Dieter says, and if you have a 172 SSN, let me know. Haha. Yeah, he wants to do
Yeah,
the conning tower just behind it, doesn't he?
yeah, the up periscope scene where he's playing golf.
Yeah. John says, good night, all. Good night, John.
Night, John.
Hey.
All right.
Julian says there are a couple of Hagrid STLs on Thingiverse riding a motorbike. Oh, that's so cool. Julian says 11 full sets and £39 over, Mikey. Yep.
That's the one.
Tammy says, glad to help. We love to help him. We teach Ray that helping is so much more fulfilling than receiving. Merry Christmas all from me and Ray. Thank you so much, Tammy.
Thank you so much, and the same to you,
Merry Christmas.
Tammy.
Merry Christmas indeed.
Happy holidays.
Julian says, I hate... Hey?
It says happy holidays because not
Happy
everyone's
holidays, yeah.
Yeah. Julian says, I hate Sprouts chair farty pants, so your title is safe from me.
I loved me some Sprouts.
I like it when they're cooked properly.
Dieter, JRPG equals joint RPG, allowing to work over linguistic zones and platforms.
Okay.
That makes sense. In hentai in Japanese culture loosely means pervert or weirdo. It makes sense to me. Yeah. Julian, a JRPG seems no different to any other RPG, just some have a Japanese flavor. You're not supposed to eat the damn things, you're supposed to play them.
Oh, and whoever was asking earlier on about a decent game to play on the PlayStation 5, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, yeah, that's another cracker.
Shishishima.
That's Ghost of Tsushima, and it's not by Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason I ask is because that was a name of a very famous naval battle between the Russians and the Japanese in 1905, the Battle of Tsushima Strait, where the Japanese wiped out the Russian fleet.
Yeah, game's set on the same island of Tsushima.
Okay.
But it's feudal Japan during the Mongol invasion.
Samurais and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, it is very good. It's sort of Assassin's Creedy, but yeah, it's a beautiful game.
Right. Dieter says, I raise your Sprouts with a genuine haggis.
You win. You win.
George says that's a great game to avoid spoilers. Tiffany says Ghost of Tsushima. Ian says Ghost of Tsushima is cool as fuck. George says it was occupied by the Mongols as well. Yeah, there we go. Right. What have you guys achieved? We'll go with Gary.
Well,
Richard.
I have, as I said, I've got the engine installed, and it's gone in beautiful this time. So obviously it was me last time. I've done some detailing work on the inside of the fuselages.
Yeah.
I've got the pilot seat, control column, rudder, all that malarkey done. And I've just started on the control on the panel.
Nice.
Everything, as I said before, so far has been done with the pens.
Well done, Gary.
It's a bit out of focus, that, isn't it? There you go.
Before we go on to next one, Dieter says, correct, Tsushima was a pivotal moment in the rise of Japan as a modern naval power. There we go.
Right.
Jim, as succinctly as possible, please.
Okay. Working on my, I'll put the box cover up. Started on doing work on that. Little Tecom Jeep with the trailer. So started on the suspension and the work on the chassis. Very fiddly. That's why you heard me grunting and groaning. And this is what I got so far. Not much, but it's got a set because it's, woo boy, I forgot about Tacom. They got a lot of detail, but they also got a little bit of fiddliness to their assemblies, and this thing is no exception. And a lot of cleanup. There's a lot of little burrs everywhere.
Cool.
Very good, sir.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Nice.
Timmy.
So I'm actually taking.
Stop Gary for a moment.
I'm actually taking a little break from scale modeling because I've been going a bit flat out with that. I know. So I've been going back to my roots and painting some minis, but I'm joining Tiff over in the fantasy world. So I've been painting some.
Oh, nice.
Some.
Oh, they're nice.
Tree guys, which it's coming across as a bit dark. Hang on, I'll see if I.
Yeah, I know those are 3 guys, but what do you mean?
Tree guy.
Yeah, that's an old Chicago tree guys with tree beige.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep doing that. But I've been working on like kind of a foresty sort of base for them.
You use UV resin in the bottom of that.
It's actually AK water gel transparent. So first time using it, so I've been a bit hesitant, and I've put on 3 super thin layers.
Yeah.
But I've been rereading the instructions, and you can put it up to 3 mil safely. So I've just kind of finished off the other dudes. So I'll lay the water into their base, and then that's that kind of squad done, and I'll paint some angry tree guys instead of planes for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like the Wizard of Oz trees.
Modders, have you been working on anything?
No, not today. I've got housework to do today, so I didn't get anything out to paint. Not until later.
Whilst Gary looks at his username, Dieter, Mikasa is the only battleship remaining of that battle. Russia has a few protected cruisers left. I believe the Russian fleet was pretty much wiped out. It was seen later as a catalyst for the future. Yes. Junior says, interesting, you can get a Nintendo Wii controller that only needs 1 hand worth, I think. Yeah. Dieter, even if the Mikasa we have now is mostly a replica, but thanks to Nimitz, she was saved from being demolished after conversion to a restaurant went horribly down the drain. Yes. And I have no PS5, but play World of Warcraft and likewise MMORPG games and World of Warships, and learn tons about historic naval warfare that way. Excellent. Junior says, great stream and fab models all. Tim, the figures look dark because the box is bright white. Maybe spray the bottom medium grey. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
The camera gets tricked by it.
Yeah, contrast. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give that a bash.
So, yeah. We have now changed Gary's name to Gary Chair Farty Pants 1. Thank you all for joining the show. Thank you to Tammy for the wonderful donation.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
very much.
huge.
We will be back on Monday. We're still not entirely sure what's happening with John.
If John's not back, I'll try and drop in on Monday.
Yeah, that would be appreciated.
You have 2 Garys then.
Yes.
That's
why we have Waitrose and Tim. Do you know, Gary, the other Gary is actually saved in my phone as Waitrose. Because I've got him, you, and my stepdad all called Gary in my phone. So I've got Gary, Moggy, and Waitrose.
Pardon me, may I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
What does Waitrose represent? A nickname of some kind?
It's a posh shop.
It's a supermarket, but it's a more upmarket supermarket.
Oh, okay, kind of like Whole Foods in our country. Whole Foods.
Yeah.
So because we say that Gary Evans is the posher Gary, we call it Waitrose.
Okay, I see.
And I'm like little Gary.
Yeah. Oh, have you been promoted from Temu now? Have you?
No, I'll always be Temu Gary.
I think Lidl actually works quite well.
Well, we've got Aldi over here.
Yeah, Aldi, same thing.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about Aldi is they do knock off Hobnob biscuits. Travesty.
I do like OTs though.
Travesty.
Dieter says, thanks for the wonderful time. Take care all of yourselves and have a superb weekend. Thank you very much, Dieter.
Who's that?
You too, mate.
You too.
And Steve says, bye for now. Yeah.
So long, mate. Take care.
Hasta la vista.
Be a stranger.
Oh, God, what am I doing? Right, switch that comments off. And then, right. See you all on Monday, 12 o'clock, as always. See you later, guys.
Right
See ya.
out.
Bye.
Adios. Take care. Be seeing you.